Triple H has told fans they need to F off. He's told critics that they need to F off. This is the same Triple H that's charging $40,000 for SummerSlam. The same Triple H that's charging $40,000 for WrestleMania. That was arse. Trash. This is the same Triple H that started Netflix when they had the most viewers in a long time. And he talked about baby faces and heels. The same Triple H that's starting WWE Unreal, which is exposing the business like it wasn't exposed enough already. If you, Triple H, you want to act like this is entertainment and tell everyone that this is entertainment and be so clear about it, then you need to act like it, because TV shows, movies, they all have critics, let alone people that are paying thousands and thousands of pounds for your product. And every day you come out and you talk about how much money the WWE is making. Your viewers not going up. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, Triple H. This ain't Triple H. Triple H was the one who booked NXT Black and Gold, booked Kevin Owens apron powerbombing people into oblivion, DIY breakup, DIY feud. That was Triple H. Triple H used to bash people over the heads with sledgehammers. This is Ribble H. Goofy. You don't want critiques? I'm about to critique this whole year. If you want to bring new eyes to the product, I had a friend who started watching during the WrestleMania 40 build, which was insane, which was one of the best builds ever, probably the best WrestleMania build ever. And I made him watch every pay-per-view with me for the next year leading into WrestleMania 41. And do you want to know what happened by the end of the year? He doesn't give a damn anymore. That's because of your booking. So let me critique what happened this year. WrestleMania 40 will come out, new champion, Cody Rhodes, just ended a 4-year title reign. 4 years. 4 years. And straight away, the next night on Raw, the final boss comes out and he says the final boss has to go away now. And they have this weird 30-minute long segment where they're like kissing each other's titles. But what you told us was that Cody and The Rock were going to face each other at some point. And what that did is that removed any suspension we had in Cody's title reign. Any match he had throughout the whole year he had that title, we knew he wasn't going to lose it because of that segment. This is the new face of the company. This is Cody Rhodes, who ended a 4-year title reign. And you ruined the suspense straight away. Long-term booking. All right, let's talk about this long-term booking. So where was the final boss? That was in April. The final boss showed up at Bad Blood. He did a little 1, 2, 3 cut slit throat and he left again. And during that whole time, me and my friend were watching SummerSlam. Where's the final boss? He doesn't show up. Everything else before that, filler. War Games. Okay, the final boss came back at Bad Blood. He's going to be the leader of the new bloodline. War Games ends. Where's the final boss? He doesn't show up. And then Netflix comes around. This is now a good 9 months after the Raw, after WrestleMania. And we're like, okay, this has got to be it. The final boss is going to show up. This is it. He's going to beat up Cody Rhodes. He's going to beat up Roman Reigns. They're going to set up the match at WrestleMania. Bear in mind, The Rock even replied to a comment on Instagram saying, don't believe everything you hear on the internet, hinting that he will be at WrestleMania 41. What does he do? He shows up and he pisses away 2 years of storyline. He pats Cody on the head, makes Cody look like a dweeb, a joke man. He says, acts like he didn't whip Cody in the back with a belt in front of his mama. And he says, oh, Cody's a great champion. He's carried this company for the last year. Forget the storyline we were having. He shakes The Rock hand. He shakes Roman Reigns' hand. Forget the tribal chief. Forget the head of the table that you've been teasing. Forget that match too. Okay, so that's gone. And then the final boss shows up again at Elimination Chamber, just before Elimination Chamber, and wants Cody's soul. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Diddy. Bear in mind, NXT after the Netflix Raw, he said, enjoy the ride The Rock will take you on. I'm still waiting for this enjoyment because I ain't seen nothing. So The Rock comes out, Elimination Chamber. He asks Cody for his soul. And John Cena sells his soul instead. And then what do we get? We get the biggest heel turn in 20 years. You can't do that again. You can't do that again. You get the biggest heel turn in 20 years. And then what happens? We get 6 weeks of WrestleMania build and no one mentions The Rock. Not once. And then at WrestleMania, Travis Scott comes out. He gets a pop from the crowd because everyone's waiting for The Rock. That's why he got a pop. No one would have popped him otherwise. It's because we thought The Rock would come out next. And what does he do? He doesn't show up. Why are you getting involved in these storylines if you're not going to finish it? Because it's an ego thing. He wanted to be a part of the biggest heel turn of all time. So in the history books, every time someone replays that video, they see The Rock's involvement. We didn't need The Rock. Cena could have turned here at WrestleMania. He could have had his normal entrance. It could have been face versus face. It could have been a great match in Cena's last WrestleMania. And then he turned heel at Mania and everyone would have talked about it forever. We did not need the final boss to stick his nose in everything. And then everyone had Backlash. People paid £40,000 for those tickets. And he didn't show up. So then what happens? They obviously got Backlash. The final boss comes on Pat McAfee's show and it's clearly Damage Control. The final boss says, oh, The Rock's work here is done. It just started. This is the biggest babyface. This man is meant to carry us. Cody's meant to carry us into the next era. This is meant to be his time, his 4 or 5 years. And you ruined him. He looked like a chump at WrestleMania. Let alone that it was a terrible match because Cena had to be a heel starting it. And he had to try and get the crowd to boo him somehow. Because why are they going to boo him in his final year? This is a nostalgia act. Everyone wanted to see John Cena be a babyface. Cena could have squashed him and people wouldn't have minded. And now you're going to act like you came to Chamber because you had to sell tickets? Isn't this the same WWE bragging about tickets every week? This was clearly not planned. Triple H must have known this was happening and you didn't step up, you didn't pivot, you didn't do anything to fix it. And now Cody looks like a chump and we've lost a heel turn. We've lost a John Cena heel turn. It's gone. It's gone. It's done. You can't get... How are you going to do that again? You're going to find another 20-year-old, build him up for a few years, make him a face for 20 years, make him break the record for Make-A-Wish, make him get 16, 17 world titles, and then turn him heel? How are you going to do that again? You've lost it. You've finished it. How am I supposed to be excited for this John Cena title run now? Is he going to have bad matches on purpose? What about Cena-Rock? What about Cena-Punk? Cena-AJ? He's just going to have bad matches and low-blow people on purpose every time? This is his final year. The GOAT, and you ruined it. No one wanted this. Let me critique something else. How about Gunther? He won the title. He was meant to be the big bad wolf. And you ruined his title reign. You ruined his aura. Why is he facing AJ Styles and CM Punk on house shows? On house shows, still cage matches. And on TV, you got him fighting Jey Uso 6 times? He lost to Jey Uso. He beat Jey Uso at Saturday Night's Main Event in December. And January, Jey Uso won the most stacked Rumble of all time to face Gunther again. You wasted it. You wasted Gunther's title reign. It took you 3 weeks before WrestleMania to make him look like a demon again. You waited from SummerSlam to March to make him look like a demon. When he beat Jimmy up in front of Jay. I was there. I was in the O2 watching it. You could see the blood from like the cheap seats. That's how long you waited? What did you do to Jey Uso? People stopped caring by that point. How many title matches did he lose before winning the most stacked Rumble of all time? That was not his time. That was not his time. His time was ages ago. He didn't need the Rumble win. He could have had it another way. Cena-Punk would have been the greatest final 2 ever. How am I supposed to explain to my friend that, oh yeah, I promise you wrestling got good again? After this crap. Trash. Goofy, man. Goofy ass. We could have had Cena win the Rumble. We could have had Punk win the Rumble. We could have had... And that led to a WrestleMania main event between 3 megastars for nothing. No title, no number one contender, no nothing. And apparently, Paul Heyman can now make number one contenders matches. He's telling Sami Zayn on Raw that, oh, if you leave us alone, you can go and fight the winner of Cena and Orton. So why wasn't that Punk's favour? You built a WrestleMania main event on a favour. You're lucky they had a good match. Goofy. What have you done to Carmelo Hayes? Him and Andrade carried SmackDown. Best of 7. How did that best of 7 end? Ended in a DQ to LA Knight, who was a champion. Neither of them even won the title. You then dropped the title to Shinsuke Nakamura, who didn't do anything with it for 3 months. And then give it back to LA Knight. What are you doing? Waste of time. It's filler after filler after filler. I already know the next few months don't matter because all you do is you're going to save everything for SummerSlam. Last year, we went from Mania to SummerSlam with filler. And at SummerSlam, there was a world title change. Roman Reigns returned. There was a heel turn. There was another heel turn. Everything happened at SummerSlam. So why am I going to do... And now you're going to talk about, oh, look how much money we're making. Well, look how much money we're making. Look at the gate. It's because you're ripping people off. It's because you're a beg. You're a beg. Every time. Vince said the ring is sacred. He would never have plastered ads on the ring like you've done. He would never have ads in the main event entrances of WrestleMania. We're talking Blood Feud, Dominic and Ray, WrestleMania 39. Let's go further back. And it was sponsored by Colourful Cereal or something goofy like that. It was a Blood Feud. I remember the tag match, WrestleMania 40, with the Final Boss's first match back in a long time. And it was covered in sponsors. That's why you're making more money. It's not because viewership's going up, and it's because you're begging off celebrities. You're showing Z-list celebrities between every match. Who are these people? No one cares. Your viewership's not going up just because you're showing these celebrities. Doesn't mean the product is good. Doesn't mean it's cool. The product is not good. WrestleMania 40 build was amazing. WrestleMania 39 build was amazing. And now you're a beg. You're begging to celebrities. You're begging to the shareholders. You're begging to The Rock. What is The Rock doing? Just go away. Go away. Look at Chad Gable. Chad Gable could have ended Gunther's 2-year title reign. Oh yeah, Gunther had a 2-year Intercontinental title reign, and where's his aura now? He got tapped out by Jey Uso. Jey Uso doesn't even use submission moves. He spams super kicks. He yeets. He tapped out to Jey Uso. Why are the crowd's not reacting? Because you're wasting our time. WrestleMania felt like Raw and SmackDown on steads. This is a joke. This is goofy. How am I supposed to tell my friend to watch until WrestleMania 42? It's only John Cena. Maybe because of John Cena, he might still watch. This is the effect you're having on new viewers. They ain't going to stay. They're not going to stay. What is this booking? Look at Chad Gable. He could have won the Intercontinental title. He turned heel the Raw, like couple Raws after the last WrestleMania. And where is he now? You got him cosplaying a Mexican? Goofy. Who are you even catering to anymore? Is it kids? Is it teenagers? I don't know. You ruined Cody Rhodes. He looked like a chump. Cena beat the piss out of him at Elimination Chamber. Whipped him with a belt. Travis Scott bust his eardrum. Bloodied up. Everything. You're telling me Cody Rhodes can Alabama slam Kevin Owens through a ladder, look like he break his neck, win the titles, come back, pose on the announcer table while Kevin is bloody in the arms of his best friend, and he couldn't hit Cena with the title? How does that make sense? He looks like a chump. He had the title for 1 year. How many people had to beat Roman Reigns to take that off him? You had The Undertaker, you had Cena, you had Jey, you had Cody. How many people did he beat over 4 years? Lesnar couldn't beat him. And now he lost it. You've somehow wasted a 4-year title reign to build up Cody Rhodes to ruin it. This is a joke. And you're telling fans they can't critique it, and then the next day you're charging people 40 grand? Have some respect, Ribble H. Joke, man.